are you? I'm going to try and get a chatty video out once a week. It depends on what I'm doing at the time and how busy I am and how long it's taking me to put a video together, because I'm currently putting a video together. It's local history. I've done all the research. I've put bullet points together to sort of form a script, because I find if it's too scripted for me, it feels completely wrong. But if I have nothing, then I just go off on tangents. So even this, I've got bullet points to sort of keep myself on track, which I'll probably still go off on tangents, but there we go, that's me. I've done video footage and B-roll, and the only thing I'm worried about is that I've done the B-roll wrong. I've done it in landscape accidentally rather than, no, portrait accidentally rather than landscape. Get that right way around. So I may have to do that bit again, but we'll see. I'm going to try and get at least the video side of it down and then see where I am after that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to do some chatty videos just to sort of keep my hand in and keep practicing. And while I'm doing this little video, I thought I would get on with some crafty stuff. Earlier this year, I joined the Bards, Ovates and Druids, commonly known as OBOD, Order of get this right, the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. And I have started on the Bardic level course. I'm a solitary hedge witch and I work very much on my own terms. I just felt it was time I explored my magical practice with others. But I didn't want to join a Wiccan group. Nothing against Wiccans, lovely people. I did join a Wiccan coven when I first became a witch, and it ended rather badly. And that really put me off covens and of any kind, really, let alone Wiccan covens. I wanted something more egalitarian. And what I have found through Druidry is you have the levels. You have the Bardic level, you have the Ovate level, and you have the Druid level. You do things in the time that you wish, in your own way. Then you join up with other people and work with them ceremonially, and the people who I'm working with are lovely. And at our last ceremony for the autumn equinox, the group leader has given us all this lovely pendant that he's made. This is the Druidic symbol, and you have the 3 dots at the top, which are the drops of inspiration, or the awen, that came out of Ceridwen's cauldron. The awen is inspiration, and it hit the young boy Guion Bark, who was stirring the cauldron at the time, and they went into him. He then gets the inspiration. Hijinks ensue. It's a great story that I'm not going to go into now, but I probably will at a later date, because it is a fabulous story. Not to be confused with Arwen from Lord of the Rings. She's an elf. She's the daughter of Elrond. Technically, she's a half-elf because she's got human blood, but I'm not going to go into that now, because I will spend hours talking and going off on tangents and all that, and I don't want to do that. So this is the symbol, and the idea is that the 3 droplets go out and inspire. And so I am making a cord for it. This is a lucet, and when I was a reenactor, I used to use this a lot on camp because I find it quite relaxing. I am making a cord, as you can see. That's my cord. Now I'm using embroidery floss, which I totally regret. Using wool is so much easier. This is really fiddly. Depending on how long cord I can make out of this, I may just go back and get some wool and do it that way. But we'll try this for the time being, because it's a lovely colour, but I'm not very happy with how it's coming out. And I haven't done this in a while, so maybe that's why. But it's not coming out too well, so I might redo it. I suppose you could say it's a bit like a medieval fidget toy. It will keep your kids happy for hours, I tell you. Basically, what you do is you have the little holey thing at the bottom and the 2 prongs at the top. You put some thread through the hole, and the most important thing is the tension. You put your thumb on there. Well, that's what I do. And bear in mind, I'm left-handed, so right-handed people will be doing this. You would hold it in your left hand. Right, okay. So then you put your, try and twist it around. You put your thread across the front. When you first put it together, you make like a figure of 8. And then you've got 2 bits here. If I show you, 2 bits there. And you're taking the bottom here and you're putting it over the top. So, I don't know if I've shown this very well, but I'll try. This floss is useless. There we go. And then you pull and then you twist. And that's probably too fast for you. So you flip it, the bottom one, over the top like that. You pull this down a little bit. And make sure you've got enough tension, and then you pull, and then you turn. And that's what you keep doing. And you just keep going on and on like that. And eventually, your cord gets longer and longer until you've run out of thread. And this is now getting really messy. Or you have it sufficiently long enough. As you can see, I've been going at it a little bit. Probably because I've done several takes of this video and it keeps going wrong. I'm hoping this time that it might go right, and that the other ones were just a bit of a practice, and with a little bit of perseverance I will actually get this video out. Not a very good tutorial at all, but just letting you know what I'm up to while I'm chatting to you. Over the summer I've been helping my daughter prepare to leave home for university. It's been a bit tough because it's my first baby leaving home, going out into the big wide world and learning to adult and be independent, and you kind of hope that you've done enough as a parent. Obviously we're only a phone call away or a message away. First week she was sort of messaging us a lot and stuff, but she's doing it a bit less now, which probably means that she's starting to get used to things. But also she's been doing autism assessments over the summer, and we're just waiting for the results for that, which could come in at any time now. And hopefully she will get some answers. So yeah, it's been a bit of a wrench, to be honest. She's my first one to go, and then next year it's going to be my son. He's going to be going off, and then we'll just be left with my youngest, which is going to be quite weird to have one child at home. Whether or not my youngest will ever be in a position where he can go to university, I really don't know. But, you know, we take every day as it comes with him and just see where he is. He's now settled in his special school and he's a lot happier. We've gone from a child that didn't want to go to school to a child that's making friends and is fitting in. He's found his little place in life. He's got friends, and it's lovely to see. And it just fills your heart with joy when you see them starting to be able to engage in school in a way that is right for him. I am back at choir. Started doing that January last year. I saw an advert for a taster session at one of the local choirs. It's a local community choir. And I thought, why not give it a go? And I went down and I had a great time. And it gets me out the house because I can be quite reluctant. I can really hermitize, especially during the winter. And so this is going to be really good for me to meet people and get out the house. And recently we had an all-day workshop where we were doing songs from Mamma Mia, and it was a great time, and it was nice to spend the day with choir people. And so this term there's a few ordinary songs, and there's also a Christmas medley as well. So at the end of term we'll probably have like a Christmas party and have our friends and relatives around to watch. So and then we'll perform some songs for them, which is great fun. That's what we do at the end of each term, and it's really enjoyable. Other things that I'm doing is that I'm still ploughing at my little fan fiction. I wouldn't call it a little fan fiction, actually. It is more of a novel series, which is on Wattpad. And the first book is called Daughter of Arnor. The second book is Princess of Arnor, and that's the book that I'm currently re-editing at the moment. I needed to do some big re-edits because even though I know where the story's going, I wasn't happy with what I'd initially written, and I needed to change the tone in some areas, and so I'm just going through that. I've got about 30,000 words that are what I call loosely in the air, that I am trying to set down into chapters and during the re-edit, and so that is my next goal, is to get that done and to get book 2 finished, and I should probably have about 30,000 words left over, which will then go into book 3, which is when I will finish that story arc. But it also leaves me open to writing other stories attached to the main story, and so they will also form part of the series, even though they're not going to be part of the main story. And also, I have started writing an OG novel as well, which I might enter into the ONC next year, which is the Open Novella Contest. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is all stuff on Wattpad, which is a website people write, share and read each other's stories and comment on them and things like that, and it is really useful. Some people have gone on to do professional stuff. There's a lot of fan fiction writers on there, and fan fiction is a good place to cut your teeth really, and learning the basic principles of writing, because it is a skill like lusetting. It is a skill, and I think Wattpad is a really good place to practice and hone those skills. And you can also meet up with other authors. I've made some lovely author friends, and I'm really enjoying the process so far. Now it's time to wrap things up. Just realised I haven't asked you to like and subscribe, but it would be really nice if you could. It would be nice if I could get that total up to 100, and then I can either do a live or a Q&A, maybe both, who knows. And it would just be nice if I could reach that little step in my YouTube journey. So without further ado, take care, look after yourselves, and mind how you go.